Huh? Hello, everybody, and welcome to Johnny Millwater Live. I hope everybody's feeling fantastic. Happy Easter to you and yours if you enjoy such things, and if you don't, I hope you have Sunday off. How about that? My name's Johnny Millwater. I'm very happy to see you. I'm feeling healthy, happy, rich, and pretty. A lot better than I had the past couple of weeks. I'm very happy to be doing a show today. So let's go to the chat, shall I? We already got friends in here. Something weird's going on. The audio from the opening credits is going over and over again, but I'll figure that out later. For right now, welcome, my friends. David is here. One of my favorite, all those vocal exercises, and I still can't talk. You look marvelous, darling. Hello to David, and hello to Mark, my favorite presidential candidate, and David, it's still playing. You guys wait here for a second. I got to figure something out. Talk show desk, Johnny open, stop. There you go. I don't know why it's doing that, but the problem's solved now. Let's all pretend like that never happened. Glad to see you both. Let's see what you said so far. And hello, I heard no place like yours to study history wisely. How true that is. Peppy Babcock, that was a tongue twister in the World Book Encyclopedia from the 70s. I did not know that. Yes, they were all vocal exercises for speaking. I've actually been doing them before every show since the beginning. I just forgot to put a label up. I love doing them. I also do them before my performing shows. I have a bit of a stutter, and I have a whole bunch of different things I need to loosen up before I perform. And even now, I still feel a little not quite right, but that's all right. Johnny, see, David says, Johnny, while David had been what the English teacher was seeking. Nice. You're the kind of guy that would probably enjoy this. Buffalo is the only word that can be used as a verb, a noun, and an adjective. So technically the sentence buffalo, 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 buffalo is literally correct. So I feel like we're all right, same page. Next one. I think these vocal exercises are my new favorite part of the show. It would be awesome to animate the audio. If you are at all inclined to do so, I would be absolutely thrilled to see that. I would like that very much as well. I think you were kind enough to do Amidst the Mists of Fiercest Frosts for me as an AI painting that's just beautiful, which I should be showing on the show, but I forgot. Yes, please, feel free. Anything you want to do with it, feel free. I do it every show. And you look marvelous. I'm sure you guys look fantastic too. Wow, this is nice. All this positive energy first thing in the morning. Let's see. Keep on typing. I want to hear more from you. Thanks for tuning in. How you doing, Mark? How are the kids? I saw pictures of the kids on the Facebook. They're so beautiful and they look so happy and healthy, and that's awesome. And I hope you get to spend some time with them. And hope today's a special day for you too. All right, tell you what, I'll spin the wheel, right? That's why we got the wheel. For those of you that are watching, and there's more than 2 people watching, I have the technology to tell. I think there may be as many as 3. So for those of you who are watching, the way it works is I chat in the chat until I run out of things to say. And then when we run out of talk, I spin the wheel. And here's what the wheel has to offer. I've added a couple of new things to the wheel that aren't quite on the display yet, specifically roses and thorns. That's my new favorite one. But you can see we have wisdoms, riddles, monologues, talking about my feelings, a short story, ask me anything, all that fun. So here we go. Let's spin the wheel, see what happens. Ask me anything. Start off by putting all the responsibility on you, my friends. Back to the chat chalet. Ooh. Knightsbridge has 5 consonants in a row. GTFO. Look at that. All right. That's not what it said. That's just something I threw on there. I didn't believe it. Wow. All right. So it's time for Ask Me Anything. I'm going to put the clock on. And watch this. The stopwatch stops playing after 2 seconds and I have to restart it. Don't know why. Never know why. It's a weird OBS glitch. Let's watch together. Oh, where'd it go? I don't know. It's still ticking though, right? But if I bring it back, everything's fine. 60 seconds on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Ask me anything you'd like to know. Today's the day. You want to talk religion? I'm interested in religion. I know a tiny little bit, like discussing it. Want to talk more AI? I'm always interested in hearing your opinions on AI. You want to talk your presidential campaign? I got nothing to say about politics, but I'm always interested to hear about the process. Maybe you can ask me, why is my hair getting so long and curly? Interesting question. I'm running out of things to ask me. Movies, TV shows. I love that. I love talking about movies and TV shows. Yeah. Ooh, it looks like the lag's not so bad today. All right. Good questions. This is going to be fun. I can't wait to see. Only 20 seconds left, my friends. 20 seconds to ask any question you can think of. I will answer it personally right now. 60 seconds of filling time. Just to see if I can do it. And it turns out I can. Interestingly enough, here's another one for David, who's obviously a big fan of 5 consonants in a row. Yes. David, what is the only English word with 3 sets of double letters back to back to back? 3 sets of double letters back to back to back. It's just one I remember from my Encyclopedia Brown reading days. Okay, here we go. Ask me anything. It starts with Mark Stubb. Oh, I shouldn't be saying last names. It starts with my buddy Mark. Excuse me, my buddy David, who says, name those who died on the Titanic chronologically. Jack. Everybody else. Boom. Nailed it. Do I have any Easter monologues today? I looked for them. I can't think of what an Easter monologue would be. I got plenty of New Testament and wisdom today. I was going to dip in there on our special day, but no, when it comes to monologues, I don't know any. I've never heard somebody give a good Easter monologue. But I got fun stuff. I got some George Carlin. We'll find out. All right. How many movie screenplays have you written? Excellent question, Mark. I have written 0 movie screenplays. I've written about 3/4 of one, 4 outlines, and I have about 10 ideas. But I'm working hard. I'm making new friends here in town who are writers, and hopefully I'll be more inspired to work harder, meet the guys who are compelled to write every single day. I don't have that. But I have lots of good ideas. I got a great idea. I'm working on a Twilight Zone right now. It's not a screenplay. I mean, it's not a movie, but it's a half-hour screenplay. So I'm pretty proud of that. When it's almost done, I'll do a live reading here on the show for you guys. I'll bring in actors and everything. That'll be great. Okay, next question. Great question. Thanks for asking. Name those who did. David. What do you think your children will want to be when they're adults? Excellent question. The way it looks now, my daughter Charlotte is a total ham, and it's possible she may become an entertainer of some kind. She loves music, she loves dance, she loves attention. We'll see. My boy Orion, he seems to be kind of a little bit quieter, but kind and smart. He's just got into honor roll, man. He got straight A's on the honor roll. I never got straight A's. He's amazing. I think he's leaning towards something architectural, something that you lean more into the math and the desk. But we'll see. They can do pretty much whatever they want. They're very smart people. Next question. Thank you so much for these questions. These are terrific. How many movie screenplays? We covered that. Do I have any Easter monologues? Mississippi, ain't it? Very good guess. That is not correct. Technically, it's not. You don't have 3 sets back to back to back. You got the I in the middle, but it's close. If you give up, I'll tell you what it is. Dave Beckwith says, LOL, do I like Preston Sturges as a screenwriter? This is embarrassing to me. I am not familiar with Preston Sturges as a screenwriter. I don't know who he is. I have a second. I could Google him, but I think I'd prefer it if you told me. Can you name a couple of movies he directed? Because I've seen a lot of movies. I've probably seen his movies, but I don't know what they are. All right. That was a great Ask Me Anything. Thanks for participating, everybody. Here's one for you. All right, that was fun. Let's spin the wheel. Wisdom. See, I told you things would come up. Let's head on down. Lay down some wisdom from on high. Happy Easter Sunday, everybody. Let's do some teachings from the Bible. Never saw that coming in my life, but here we are. wisdom. The Bible teaches us that you should call out for insight and cry aloud for understanding. That's from Proverbs 2:3. Do yourself a favor and love wisdom. Learn all you can, then watch your life flourish and prosper. That's from Proverbs 19:8. That's what I try to do every week. Wisdom is the most important thing, so get wisdom. If it costs everything you have, get understanding. That's from Proverbs 4:7. See if we can't get something a little bit more specific. Yes, here's one I should have learned a long time ago. Respond gently when you are confronted, and you'll diffuse the rage of another. Respond with sharp, cutting words will only make it worse. Don't you know that being angry can ruin the testimony of even the wisest of men? That's from Proverbs 15:1. Got to get a hold of that anger. One more. Fools vent their anger, but the wise quietly hold it back. That's very true, too. I'm sure we'll be back. Wisdom comes up a lot. That was fun. Let's spin the wheel. Preston Sturgis. By the way, the answer to the earlier riddle, the 3 back-to-back, is bookkeeper. Bookkeeper. B-O-O-K-K-P-P. No, P. K. Book. You spell it. Put it in the chat. Trust me, that's how you spell it. 3 sets back to. Let's go to the poet. Oh wow, still no coffee this week, folks. Let's do a monologue. I'll see if I can't find the monologues. There we go. I don't know why you're laughing at me. Hey, folks. Let's do a monologue. Let's see. We got comedy. Oh, wait, we have one. Excellent. This is nice and sacrilegious. This is a monologue by the brilliant Rowan Atkinson. And I sincerely hope you enjoy it. It's a preacher character. It's called, And Now from Nazareth. And on the 3rd day there was a marriage of Cana in Galilee. And it came to pass that all the wine was drunk. And the mother of Jesus said unto the Lord, They have no more wine. And Jesus said unto the servants, Fill 6 water pots with water. And so they did. And when the steward of the feast did taste of the water from the pots, it had become wine, and they knew not whence it came. But the servants did, and they applauded loudly in the kitchen. And they said unto the Lord, How in the hell did you do that? And inquired of him, Do you do children's parties? And the Lord said, No. But the servants did press him, saying, Go on, give us another one. And so he brought forth a carrot. And he said, Behold this, for it is a carrot. And all about him knew it was so, for it was orange with a green top. And he did place a large red cloth over the carrot, and then removed it. And lo, he held in his hand a white rabbit. And all were amazed and said, This guy's really good. He should turn professional. And they brought him on a stretcher, a man who was sick of the palsy. And they cried unto him, Maestro, this man is sick of the palsy. And the Lord said, If I had to spend my whole life on a stretcher, I'd be sick of the palsy too. And they were filled with joy and cried out, Lord, thy one-liners are as good as thy tricks. Thou art indeed an all-round family entertainer. And there came unto him a woman called Mary, who had seen the Lord and believed. And Jesus said unto her, Put on a tutu and lie down in this box. And took he forth a sword, and he cleft her in twain. And there was much wailing and gnashing of teeth. But Jesus said, O ye of little faith! And he threw open the box, and lo, Mary was whole. And the crowd went absolutely bananas. And Jesus and Mary took a big bow. And he said unto her, from now on you shall be known as Trixie, for that is a good name for an assistant. And the people said unto him, never have I seen anything like this. You shouldn't be wasting your time in a one-camel town like Cana. You should be playing the big arenas in Jerusalem. And Jesus did hearken unto those words. And he did go unto Jerusalem, and he did there his full act before the scribes and the Pharisees and the Romans. But alas, it did not please them in their hearts. In fact, they absolutely crucified him. Here endeth the lesson. Rowan Atkinson, ladies and gentlemen, brilliant writer, but he doesn't even need words to be funny. That's how good he is. Let's go back to the Chat Chalet. Well, looks like we got nothing new in the Chat Chalet. My mistake. I see a smile from Mark. Weird. Hold on. I'm having trouble with my chat reader. Give me but a moment, and I will find a way to read it. That was an Easter monologue, so hooray. Let's see, it says Choo Choo, Pift, Shanta, or Mark. Rowan and I are cohorts. So you said it. You never told me the story. What? Oh, man. All right. I'm going to need just 1 second, folks. I got to figure this out. I'm turning this off. And I'm putting this on. Hold on. There's got to be a way to scroll, for crying out loud. I can't see what you nice folks wrote. I want to. There it is. Whoop. Cut the woman in twain. Oh, I get that. Okay. Well, nope. Ah! Never had this issue with the chat before. Shania Twain, a tad overmodulated on my cheap speakers. Oh, no. But great otherwise. Yes, 4 letters. Okay, it looks okay on mine. I didn't quite go up to red. Sorry about that. Hope it wasn't too bad. I don't know why this isn't scrooching all the way down. Mark and Twain. Speaking. Don't remove from flies. Don't remove. Oh, man. Here it is. Come on, I want to read all this. What did the nice guy say? Giving me the business. All right, up here, it says Sullivan's Travels. A message you'd applaud, to entertain people's honorable art. I like that. Same relative age is all. Don't remove a fly from a friend's forehead with a hatchet. Excellent advice. Bookkeeper. Yep. David Beckwith. There it is. Nailed it. OOKKEE. Now tell me, David, how are you and how are you cohorts? At what time did you cohort with Rowan? I would like to read that story. That sounds pretty interesting to me. And he said it was amazing. Bless you for saying so. Tad overmodulated. Sorry about that. Okay, somehow, wait, maybe this is it. There's got to be a way. Well, never mind, let's spin the wheel. You type, I'll find it. Sorry about the modulation, man. Poem, all right. Let's go into the Poetry Pagoda. See if I can't find something vaguely Eastery. Why am I floating up here? That doesn't seem right. Hold on. There we go. Now that's the right spot for a poem. Let me pick one out for you. Let's see. Tricky one today, folks. Let's read Anarchy by John Henry Mackay. Ever reviled, accursed, ne'er understood, thou art the grisly terror of our age. Wreck of all order, cry the multitude, art thou, in war and murder's endless rage. Oh, let them cry. To them that never have striven the truth that lies behind a word to find, to them the word's right meaning was not given. They shall continue blind among the blind. But thou, O word, so clear, so strong, so pure, thou sayest all which I for goal have taken. I give to thee the future, thine secure, when each at least unto himself shall waken. Comes it in sunshine, in the tempest's thrill? I cannot tell, but it the earth shall see. I am an anarchist, wherefore I will not rule, and also ruled will I not be. Nice. I enjoyed that. Let's spin the wheel. Charlotte's here. Same relative age as the cohort. Now I get it. Shakespeare. All right, let us go into the Shakespeare room. I didn't know what the word cohort meant. I thought that meant you guys hung out. I didn't know that you were of the same age. I'm still learning a lot of words, like uncambambulist. I don't know what that is, but I was too embarrassed to say so. But don't be afraid to talk down to me. I'll figure it out. Thanks, buddy. All right, let's see. Shakespeare. Now, yeah, I always like to start. Dad said he might tune in a little bit later. Dad doesn't enjoy the sonnets, so I like to start with a sonnet. As you know, William Shakespeare wrote over 150 sonnets. We are currently on sonnet number 117. Sonnet 117 by William Shakespeare. Accuse me thus, that I have scanted all wherein I should great deserts repay, forgot upon your dearest love to call, whereto all bonds do tie me day by day, that I have frequent been with unknown minds, and given to time your own. Dear purchased right, that I have hoisted sail to all the winds which should transport me farthest from your sight. Book both my willfulness and errors down, and on just proof surmise accumulate. Bring me within the level of your frown, but shoot not at me in your wakened hate, since my appeal says I did strive to prove the constancy and virtue of your love. I think I missed all the rhymes on that, but I still enjoyed reading them. All right, let's see. Hold on. All right, we're in shape. Let's go to the chat and say hi. I'm so excited you're here. Here we go. Chat Jelly. Dave explained very patiently, and bless you for doing so, that Rowan Atkinson is 1 week older than me. John Oliver, he's one of my heroes. He is 1 week older than me. And John Cena is about 3 weeks older than me, which doesn't seem fair. Charlie says that she's here, and good morning, all the way from Turks and Caicos to one of my favorite ladies. How you doing there, Charlie? Thanks for tuning in. Glad to see you, Lottie. Hope you're feeling well. I appreciate you. How's the cat? I don't know what to say. Thanks for coming. Dave says Rowan is 1 week older than me. And David also asks, do you think Amelia Basalo was Shakespeare's Dark Lady? And do you think she was the actual author of his work? Marlowe. There are some who say, yeah, there's some folks who say that Christopher Marlowe did it. I'm not very educated in Shakespeare, and I was about to pretend that I was, but I'm not going to. I've never really been interested in that controversy. I heard a quote, I think it was in Westworld. That's how sophisticated I am. And he says that when someone died, when Mozart and Chopin never died, they simply became music. And I think Shakespeare is the plays now. Who put the pen to the paper, it doesn't interest me nearly as much as the fact that they're still interesting and they still make me feel after 400 years. But I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I'd just be pretending. But I don't know. I've never heard the name Amelia Bassano before. So that sounds like we're going to have a holiday named after her pretty soon. All right, then. How you doing, Charlie? You all right? Don't forget to type something. If you have any requests or anything, let me know. Let's spin the wheel. Here we go. Whoa! Hit the microphone. Everything's fine. We're spinning. We're spinning the wheel. We're spinning. I'm walking over here to get something to drink. We're spinning the wheel. The wheel's spinning. It's spinning, buddies. It's spinning. And we're back. What do we get? Ooh, Ask Me Anything. We just did Ask Me Anything. Charlie, you're the newest member of the room here. If you have any questions you want to ask me, type that in, and I'll be very happy to answer it. And there's an open Ask Me Anything policy here. Come on, roses and thorns, roses and thorns. Hasn't come up on the wheel yet, and I really want it to. Riddles. All right, let's go down to the riddle room. All right, this is mostly just to see who can type it in the fastest and how long it takes to get in my chat. Okay, here we go. What has to be broken before you can use it? I'm going to ask again. What has to be broken before you can use it? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Jess Peterson, oh my gosh, hello and happy Easter. 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. I'm going to give it 10. 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11. It's a long lag. It must be a long lag. 12. What is broken? What has to be broken before you can use it? Oh. Cats. Good guess. Good guess. Oh, no, that's not an answer to the rhythm. No, okay. I'll tell you the answer because I don't see it. The answer is eggs. Huh? It was an Easter riddle. It's eggs. Let's go to the chat. My friend Jess is here. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for sticking your head in, Jess. I am thrilled to see you. I hope things are well. Jess is a friend of mine from the cruise ships. We never got to hang out too much, but I'm a very, very big fan of the production shows, and she was in charge of a lot of the aspects of those. And every now and then she would let me come in and watch rehearsals and be a part of the process just to see how it goes, and I was so grateful. We had a couple of great lunches, and she's just a lovely, wonderful person, and I believe, are you still in New York, or where are you nowadays? Everybody, tell me where you're from. Type in your ASL, age, sex, and location. If you don't feel like your age, that's fine. I'm 44, sex male, old school, and I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's a beautiful sunny day. It's 41 degrees, but it's springtime. All right. Let's see. First up, boogers. Incorrect. Incorrect, David. The answer was eggs. It was eggs. All right, here we go. Whoop, we got quotes. Oh, look at this. Oh, okay, I can do this. I want to read what you said, Mark. It was so smart. It's got to be a way. All right, I'm going to pick it up from here. We actually were, Mark. Shh. Happy Easter. That's all I could see. Happy Easter, Jess. I kind of thought so. Glad to be here. Happy Easter. Cat as well. Firm friends. Glad to hear that. Again, your Instagram feed, it's wonderful. Lots of pictures of that cat. Not enough pictures of my Charlie. I know you don't always feel like it. I just want you to know I miss your face. I'm baking right now. Lots and lots of Easter bakes. Ooh, what are you making? And what do you like to eat? Let's see. How are you? What is my favorite dessert or bake? Ooh, good question. I am doing great. I feel way better than I did last week. I was off coffee for a week, and I caught up a lot of my sleep, and I'm feeling healthier and happier. Thanks for asking. Had all kinds of fun stuff happen this week, so I'm doing good. Thanks. My favorite dessert or bake, I love brownies. I like to make cookies. I've never been like a fancy cake guy. My wife likes to watch the Great British Bake Off, or whatever they call it on Netflix. So I watch that, and it's interesting to me, but it just seems so high pressure. I never really appreciated it. But I like snickerdoodles. I like snickerdoodles. I like chocolate chip cookies. I'm not a cosmopolitan sophisticate of culture and intelligence. I'm a simple man with simple needs, and some of those needs are chocolate chip cookies. Okay, over here it says boogers. Didn't see how that I must have missed the context. And over here it said, good morning, a horse. A horse is something that has to be broken before you can use it. Ah, I see. A horse, I get it. Good answer. Not the one I was looking for, but good answer. Sorry for all caps. He was excited. Heroin. Heroin has to be broken before you can use it. A horse on heroin. Horse on horse. A horse is on horse, of course. And if everyone knows that a horse, of course, if he's on horse, then that, of course, He needs to get some help. Okay, let's keep moving. In my defense, an unbroken horse isn't much use, but eggs, yeah, better answer. No, that was a perfect legitimate answer. I'm going to chat with the judges. Judges, they're being dicks about it, but I'm on your side. I think that was a perfectly good answer, and you deserve half the prize. This is nice. Thanks for coming, everybody. If you're still in here, let me show you what else we do. Let's spin the wheel. I feel like singing a song. I hope a song comes up. Oh, almost. Let's go to the Poetry Pagoda. Let's see. People like to have a couple of drinks at the end of Lent, so here is Lines on Ale by Edgar Allan Poe. I'm going to do it in a slightly drunken voice for fun. Fill with mingled cream and amber, I'll drain that glass again. Such hilarious visions clamor through the chamber of my brain. Quaintest thoughts, queerest fancies come to life and fade away. What care I how time advances? I am drinking ale today. Nice. I thought it was longer than that. I spin the wheel. I'm going to the Chat LA. Now, Marquis said that in my defense, an unbroken horse isn't of much use. That's true. Now, David said Velveeta on Eckhard's Van Chockstraw. Now, here is, I'm going to have to call Dennis Miller, because I do not get that joke at all. I know what Velveeta is, because that's what I was told cheese was when I was a kid. Eckhard's is as far as I know, it's a Floridian chain of drugstores, and Van Chockstraw, I want to know what that is, and I may take it as a stage name. Johnny Van Chockstraw. Oh, and vanilla chocolate strawberry. That's it. Vanilla chocolate strawberry. I figured it out. Velveeta on Eckhard's. Oh, that's probably it's very cosmopolitan. No, in fact, it's very Neapolitan. In the wheel. Van Chockstraw. Van Chockstraw. Zen Cohen. All right. For those of you that don't know, a Zen Cohen. Oh, hey, how you doing? Hold on. All right. Hi, everybody. Zen Koan is a tool used to learn Japanese Buddhism, Japanese Zen Buddhism specifically. And sometimes it has a point. Sometimes it has a very specific lack of a point. Let's find out which one of those it is right now. This is Zen Koan number 40, In Dreamland. Our schoolmaster used to take a nap every afternoon, related a disciple of Soyen Shahu. We asked him, as children, why he did this, and he told us, I go to dreamland and meet the old sages, just as Confucius did. When Confucius slept, he would dream of ancient sages and later tell his followers about them. It was extremely hot one day, so some of us took a nap. Our schoolmaster scolded us. We went to dreamland to seek the sages, and the same as Confucius did. What was the message from those sages? Our schoolmaster demanded. One of us replied, we went to dreamland and met the sages and asked them if our schoolmaster came there every afternoon, but they said they had never seen any such fellow. That one's kind of set up like a joke. I kind of like that. All right, let's spin the wheel. Oh, wait, chat. Oh, I lost some more. Dagnabbit. I know she had hot cross buns. I wanted to talk about the hot cross buns. Glad to hear you're doing better. Easily pleased when it comes to baking, too. There's nothing wrong at all with very good chocolate chip cookie. Absolutely. Mark gave me an LOL, and here's one from Mark. He said that the Neapolitan ice cream is a classic favorite composed of 3 separate flavors, typically vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, layered in the same container. The name comes from dessert's presumed origins in Naples, Italy. Thank you, ChatGPT, or Mark GPT. Whatever the case, thank you. Let's spin the wheel. Come on. Give me a joke. Give me a song. Story. All right. There. Somebody wants some Mark Twain. Let's go down to the story. Good. I would like to read you a story by the great Mark Twain. So I will do so right now. This is called About Barbers by Mark Twain. All things change except barbers, the ways of barbers and the surroundings of barbers. These never change. What one experiences in a barbershop the first time he enters one is what he will always experience in barbershops afterward till the end of his days. I got shaved this morning, as usual. A man approached the door from Jones Street. As I approached it, the man, same thing that always happens. I hurried up, but it was of no use. He entered the door one little step ahead of me, and I followed in on his heels and saw him take the only vacant chair, the one presided over by the best barber. It always happens so. I sat down, hoping that I might fall heir to the chair belonging to the better of the 2 remaining barbers, for he had already begun combing his man's hair, while his comrade was not yet quite done rubbing up and oiling his customer's locks. I watched the probabilities with strong interest. When I saw that number 2 was gaining on number 1, my interest grew to solicitude. When number 1 stopped a moment to make change on a bath ticket for a newcomer and lost ground in the race, my solicitude rose to anxiety. When number 1 caught up again and both he and his comrade were pulling the towels away and brushing the powder from the customer's cheeks, and it was about an even thing which one would say next first, my very breath stood still with the suspense. But when at the culminating moment number 1 stopped to pass a comb a couple times through his customer's eyebrows, I saw that he had lost the race by a single instant, and I rose, indignant, and quitted the shop to keep from falling into the hands of number 2. For I have none of that enviable firmness that enables a man to look into the eyes of a waiting barber and tell him he will wait for his fellow barber's chair. I stayed out 15 minutes and then went back, hoping for better luck. Of course, all the chairs were occupied now, and 4 men sat waiting, silent, unsociable, distraught, and looking bored, as men always do who are waiting their turn in a barbershop. I sat down in one of the iron-armed compartments of an old sofa and put in the time for a while. The framed advertisements of all sorts of quack nostrums for dyeing and coloring the hair. Then I read the greasy names on the private bay rum bottles, read the names and noted the numbers on the private shaving cups in the pigeonholes, studied the stained and damaged cheap prints on the wall of battles, early presidents, and voluptuous recumbent sultanas, and the tiresome and everlasting young girl putting her grandfather's spectacles on, excreted in my heart the cheerful canary and the distracting parrot that few barbershops are without. Finally, I searched out the papers that littered the foul center table that conned their unjustifiable misrepresentation of forgotten events. At last, my turn came. A voice said, "Next!" and I surrendered to number 2. Of course, it always happens so. I said meekly that I was in a hurry, and it affected him as strongly as if he had never heard it. He shoved up my head and put a napkin under it. He plowed his fingers into my collar and fixed a towel there. He explored my hair with his claws and suggested that it needed trimming. I said I did not want it trimmed. He explored again and said it was pretty long for the present style. Better have a little taken off. It needed behind especially. I said I had a cut only a week before. He yearned over it reflectively for a moment and then asked in a disparaging manner, "Who cut it?" I came back at him promptly with a "You did!" I had him there. Then he fell to stirring up the lather and regarding himself in the glass, stopping now and then to get close and examine his chin critically or inspect a pimple. Then he lathered one side of my face thoroughly and was about to lather the other when a dog fight attracted his attention, and he ran to the window and stayed and saw it out, losing 2 shillings on the result in the bets with other barbers. A thing which gave me great satisfaction. He finished lathering and then began to rub in his suds in his hand. He now began to sharpen his razor on an old suspender and was delayed a good deal on account of a controversy about a cheap masquerade ball he had figured at the night before in red cambric and bogus ermine as some kind of king. He was so gratified with being chaffed about some damsel whom he had smitten with his charms that he used every means to continue the controversy by pretending to be annoyed at the chaffings of his fellows. This matter begot more surveyings of himself in the glass, and he put down his razor and brushed his hair with elaborate care, plastering an inverted arch of it down on his forehead, accomplishing an accurate part behind, and brushing the 2 wings forward over his ears with nice exactness. In the meantime, the lather was drying on my face and apparently eating into my vitals. Now, he began to shave, digging his fingers into my countenance to drench the skin and bundling and tumbling my head this way and that as convenience and shaving demanded. As long as he was on the tough side of my face, I did not suffer, but when he began to rip and rake and tug at my chin, the tears came. He now made a handle of my nose to assist him shaving the corners of my upper lip, and it was by this bit of circumstantial evidence that I discovered a part of his duties in the shop was to clean the kerosene lamps. I'd often wondered in an indolent way whether the barbers ever did that, or whether it was the boss. About this time, I was amusing myself trying to guess where he would be most likely to cut me this time, but he got ahead of me and sliced me on the end of the chin before I got my mind made up. He immediately sharpened his razor. He might have done it before. I do not like a close shave and would not let him go over me a second time. I tried to get him to put up his razor, dreading that he would make for the side of my chin, my pet tender spot, a place which a razor cannot touch twice without making trouble. But he said he only wanted to smooth off a little roughness. And in the same moment he slipped his razor along the forbidden ground, and the dreaded pimple signs of a close shave rose up smarting and answering to the call. No, he soaked his towel in bay rum and slapped it all over my face nastily. Slapped it over as if a human being ever yet washed his face in that way. Then he dried it yet with slapping the dry parts of the towel as if a human being ever dried his face in such a fashion. But a barber seldom rubs you like a Christian. Next, he poked bay ruin into the place with his towel, then choked the wound with powdered starch, then soaked it with bay rum again, and would have gone on soaking and powdering it forevermore, no doubt, if I had not rebelled and begged off. He powdered my whole face now, straightened me up, and began to plow my hair thoughtfully with his hands. Then he suggested a shampoo and said my hair needed it badly, very badly. I observed that I shampooed myself very thoroughly in the bath yesterday. I had him again. Next, he recommended some of Smith's hair glorifier and offered to sell me a bottle. I declined. He praised the new perfume, Jones' Delight of the Toilet, and proposed to sell me some of that. I declined again. He tendered me a tooth wash atrocity of his own invention, and when I declined, offered to trade knives with me. He returned to business after the miscarriage of this last enterprise, sprinkled me all over, legs and all, greased my hair in defiance of my protest against it, rubbed and scrubbed a good deal of it out on the roots, and combed and brushed the rest, parting it behind and plastering the eternal inverted arch of hair down on my forehead. And then, when combing my eyebrows and defiling them with pomade strung out on account of the achievements of a 6-ounce black and tan terrier of his, till I heard the whistles blow for noon, and I knew I was 5 minutes too late for the train. Then he snatched away the towel, brushed it lightly about my face, passed his comb through my eyebrows once more, and gaily sang out, "Next!" The barber fell down and died of apoplexy 2 hours later. I am waiting over a day for my revenge. I am going to attend his funeral. Kind of screwed up the dismount there. The barber fell down and died of apoplexy 2 hours later. I'm waiting over a day for my revenge. I'm going to attend his funeral. That was the closer. All right. Way to go, Mark Twain, everybody. Everybody likes to Mark Twain. Let's spin the wheel. Wait, we got some people saying hi. I can stop talking like that now. Joe Flanagan. Joe says hi from Tampa. Hello, my friend. Welcome. Hope you're doing all right. I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's see. David Beckwith wrote, he said, going. The waterfowl leaves not a trace, nor does it need a guide. Dogan, my first koan to live by from the 70s. Absolutely true. Coming, going. The waterfowl leaves not a trace, nor does it need a guide. Yes. And Dan says the birds sing. Not for an audience, but Google, actually. All right, let's see. It's still old school with most of my questions. I'll take them. He speaks with a Mark Twain. Huh? Hey, John's here. Happy Easter. John Champion. Very, very funny man. Up in Raleigh. Happy Easter. Hope you and yours are having a great day. Wow, this is nice. Lots of people in the chat. Thanks for sticking your heads in. Let's spin the wheel. Well, did the wheel spin? I was looking for the wheel. Come on. You gotta tell me what to do. Spin. Wheel. Yeah. Riddle. We already did 2 riddles. Forget it. I'm doing a song. I feel like singing, and song hadn't come up yet. I have that right. Don't know any hymns, so let's see if I can't find a fun. Here's one. It's a good Easter song. This is called I've Got a Lot of Living Let to Do, made famous by Sammy Davis Jr. There are girls just ripe for some kissing, and I mean to kiss me a few. Oh, those girls don't know what they're missing. I've got a lot of living to do. And there's wine all ready for tasting, and there's Cadillacs all shiny and new. Gotta move, 'cause time is a-wasting. I've got a lot of living to do. There's music to play and places to go and people to see. Everything for you and me. Life's a ball if only you'd know it. And it's all just waiting for you. You're alive, so come on and show it. There's such a lot of living, such a lot of living, such a lot of living to do. Ha! There you go. So come on back. Happy Easter to you all. Let's spin the wheel. Ooh, song. Well, there you go. Just did one. We'll just keep on moving. Limericks. Let's go to the Poetry Pagoda. Let's see. There once was a boy named Dan who wanted to fry in a pan. He tried and eventually died. That weird little boy named Dan. Got lazy near the end. Let's find a better one. I knew an old owl named Boo, and every night he yelled, "Who?" Once a kid walked by and started to cry and yelled, "I don't have a clue." It's because the kid thought that Al was asking who, and he didn't know. Oh, here's one. There was a young lady whose chin resembled the point of a pin. She had it made sharp and purchased a harp and played several tunes with her chin. Again, kind of falls apart. I don't like an exact rhyme at the end. One more. This is a classic. There was a faith healer deal who said, although pain isn't real, if I sit on a pin and it punctures my skin, I dislike what I fancy I feel. There we go. Good times had by all. Let's check the chat. Hi, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see. Speaks with a Mark Twain. Still old school with most of my questions. Hello from Tampa. Nice to see you, Joe. And happy Easter from John. All right, we're all up to speed. Let's spin the wheel. Still in here, Charlie? Makes me happy to think that you're here. Feelings. Ooh, wow. All right, then let's do it. I didn't do feelings last week. The past 2 weeks, I've been very depressed, very tired. I've been sleeping almost all day. When I was awake, I was exhausted and had no energy to get anything done. But I took a week off from coffee, and I caught up on all my sleep, and now I feel pretty good. I'm focused. I'm excited. I can tell you a couple of inside things that happened that, hopefully it won't jinx them. I've had an idea for a podcast for a long time called the Radio Noise Podcast, where it's sort of an anthology series, but I haven't been able to find the team. I think I found my head writer last week. I had lunch with a guy named Paul Platt on Friday, who's funny as hell. Everybody likes him. He's kind of one of the new guys in the Charlotte scene. He hosts an open mic here, and he's just a great guy. And he looks very, very young. He looks like he's 12. He has just one of those faces, so it's a perfect match for me. I was thinking it might be fat man and little boy comedy, right? Like the nuclear bombs, but funny. So we talked about it, and we're going to start meeting on Tuesdays to start writing and producing that in the coming months. So when that starts coming out, I will let you know for sure. I might even ask a couple of you to do some voice acting for it, if I can, if we can figure out that technology. So that's good. And then I saw a show last night. I went and saw Aladdin, the Broadway show Aladdin, or as my 7-year-old daughter Charlotte pointed out, off-Broadway Dad. It's true. It was in Charlotte, North Carolina, so it was off Broadway, but it was really fun. They added a whole bunch of songs they didn't need to. They replaced the monkey with 3 guys of various ethnic backgrounds for name. I'll never understand why, but I would have preferred the monkey. But other than that, it was a great show. We all had fun. The kids laughed. We got all dressed up in our suits and stuff. Like I like to dress up in suits for theater, and it was wonderful. I'm hopeful. Things are moving forward well. My biggest emotional downside the past couple of weeks was feeling kind of useless and not feeling like I'm helping at the house enough. The house is gross. It's my job to keep it clean, and it's any decently run household, I'd be out of my ass years ago. I'm terrible. But I do feed the kids, and I keep everybody safe, and I get them on the bus. I don't know. I'm trying my best. But I'm happy now, and I'm excited about writing, and I'm excited about the coming weeks. I'm working on a play I care about. I'm working on a podcast I care about. I have my little thing on Sundays, that I'm doing here, and I have my group that I meet with in just a little while to help work on their stand-up, which is really fun for me. So, yeah, I think I got everything I need. And we're going on vacation soon. I don't want to give too much away, but we're going to go to Pennsylvania sometime during spring break. We're going to go to Hershey Park, which is the first place I ever saw a magic show. It was sort of the beginning of my entertainment career, was Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I would go visit my grandmother, and I'm an irritating person, so they didn't want me around, so they would buy me a pass to Hershey Park, and they would just drop me off there every day, and I would run around unattended. So now I get to take my kids and see what it's like. I actually broke records while I was at the Hershey Park as a kid. I once rode the Super Duper Looper 235 times a row in a single day. It's a state record. Or so they told me when I was 11, and I believed it. Well, we're all caught up. Nothing new in the chat, so let's spin the wheel. Wrong button. Gross. All right, let's go to the theater, tell you a joke. I know hundreds of jokes, but I'm trying to learn new ones. I like this one. This is a good one. When a woman has surgery for a heart attack, a middle-aged woman has a vision of God by her bedside. She asks God, "Will I die?" God says, "No, you have 30 more years to live." With 30 years to look forward to, she decides to make the best of it. She's in the hospital. She gets breast implants, liposuction, tummy tuck, hair transplants, and collagen injections in her lips. She leaves the hospital with a swagger, crosses the street, and is immediately hit by an ambulance and killed. Up in heaven, she sees God. She says, "God, you said I had 30 more years to live." "Well, that's true," says God, "but I didn't recognize you." There you go. Fun for all involved. Let's spin the wheel. Hershey Highway. Probably the Hershey Diner, too. Here we go. Poem! Yay. Let's get cultured. Let's see. about let's do The Angel by William Blake. This is The Angel by William Blake. I dreamt a dream. What can it mean? That I was a maiden queen, guarded by an angel mild. Witless woe was never beguiled. And I wept both night and day, and he wiped my tears away. And I wept both night and day, and hid from my... I'm going to pretend that was a lag and your fault. And we're back. This is The Angel by William Blake. I dreamt a dream. What can it mean? And that I was a maiden queen, guarded by an angel mild. Witless woe was ne'er beguiled. And I wept both night and day, and he wiped my tears away. And I wept both day and night, and hid from him my heart's delight. So he took his wings and fled. Then the morn blushed rosy red. I dried my tears and armed my fears with 10,000 shields and spears. Soon my angel came again. I was armed, he came in vain, for the time of youth was fled, and gray hairs were on my head. Let's spin the wheel. Blake Awesome. Blake Awesome. I don't know what Blake Awesome means. I want to. Wisdom. Let's head on down, lay down some wisdom from on high. Let's teach some more from the Bible. Whoever conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes them will obtain mercy. It's very true. That's from the English Standard Version, Proverbs 28:13. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. That's from Get Your Ass to Work 10:4. A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims folly. That's Proverbs 12:23. One more. One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give, and only suffers want. That's a fact. Let's spin the wheel. Blake Awesome. I'm going to be up all night trying to figure out what Blake Awesome means. Blake Awesome. Monologue! Let's go to the theater. I love doing monologues. Now, I am in the mood for a specific, longer, old George Carlin piece. Let's see if I can find it because it's really, really good. Oh, that's a good one. Superhero music, The Watch, Murrow's Attack, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, lots of good stuff. Ricky Roma, Can't Handle the Truth, Nut Spacing, come on, don't be like that. Oh, man, I can't find my Carlin. Well, we'll do this. This is A Place for My Stuff by George Carlin. Actually, this is just a place for my stuff, you know? That's all it is, a little place for my stuff. That's all I want. That's all you need in life, is a little place for your stuff, you know? I can see it on your table. Everybody's got a little place for their stuff. This is my stuff, that's your stuff, that'll be his stuff over there. That's all you need in life, a little place for your stuff. That's all your house is, a place to keep your stuff. If you didn't have so much stuff, you wouldn't need a house. You could just walk around all the time. A house is just a pile of stuff with a cover on it. You can see what you're taking off in an airplane. You look down, you see everybody's got a little pile of stuff. All the little piles of stuff. And when you leave your house, you got to lock it up. Wouldn't want anybody to come in and take some of your stuff. They always take the good stuff. They never bother with that crap you're saving. They always want the shiny stuff. That's what your house is, a place to keep your stuff while you go out and get more stuff. Sometimes you got to move. Got to get a bigger house. Why? No room for your stuff anymore. Did you ever notice when you go to somebody else's house, you never quite feel 100% at home? You know why? No room for your stuff. Somebody else's stuff is all over the goddamn place. And if you stay overnight unexpectedly, they give you a little bedroom to sleep in. Bedroom they haven't used in about 11 years. Somebody died in it 11 years ago. And they haven't moved any of his stuff. Right next to the bed, there's usually a dresser or a bureau or some kind, but there's no room for your stuff on it. Somebody else's shit is on the dresser. Have you noticed that their stuff is shit and your shit is stuff? God! And you say, get that shit off out of there and let me put my stuff down. Sometimes you leave your house to go on vacation, and you got to take some of your stuff with you. You got to take about 2 big suitcases full of stuff when you go on vacation. You got to take a smaller version of your house. It's the second version of your stuff. And you're going to fly all the way to Honolulu. Going to go across the continent, across half an ocean to Honolulu. You get down to the hotel room in Honolulu and you open up your suitcase and you put all your stuff away. Here's a place here, a little stuff from a place here, a little stuff here, put stuff over here. Put your stuff there, I'll put my stuff there. Here's another plus stuff. Ooh, look at this, I'll put some stuff here. And even though you're far away from home, you start to get used to it. You start to feel okay because, after all, you do have some of your stuff with you. That's when your friend calls up from Maui and says, hey, why don't you come over to Maui for the weekend, spend a couple nights over here? Oh, no. Now what do I pack? Right? You've got to pack an even smaller version of your stuff, the third version of your house. Just enough stuff to take to Maui for a couple of days. You get over to Maui, you really get extended now when you think about it. You got stuff all the way back on the mainland. You got stuff on another island. You got stuff on this island. Supply lines are getting longer and harder to maintain. You get over to your friend's house on Maui, and he gives you a little place to sleep, a little bed right next to his windowsill or something. You put some of your stuff up there. You put some of your stuff up there. You get your Visine, you got your nail clippers, and you put everything up. It takes about an hour and a half, but after a while, you finally feel okay. You say, okay, I got my nail clippers. I must be okay. That's when your friend says, hey, I think tonight we'll go over to the other side of the island, visit a pal of mine, and maybe stay over. So they sound like in Hawaii. Oh, no. Now what do you pack? Right. You got to pack an even smaller version of your stuff. The fourth version of your house. Only the stuff you know you're going to need. Money, keys, comb, wallet, lighter, hanky, pen, smokes, rubber, and change. Well, only the stuff you hope you're going to need. That's by the brilliant George Carlin. It's a fantastic album. You should listen to it. Carlin awesome. Oh, Blake awesome. Carlin awesome. Now I'm with you. I like Carlin a lot too. Can't get enough. Thanks, buddy. All right, let's spin the wheel. Wanted to do Primitive Sergeant, but I couldn't find it fast enough. Ah, well. Yeah, I'm tired of riddles. Let's see, what haven't we done yet? Done a short story, done limericks, done Shakespeare. Ooh, Roses and Thorns! I'm so glad this came up. Let's go to Roses and Thorns. For those of you who are still watching, Roses and Thorns is something I do with my kids every single day. Hey, me too. I love collecting books. They're pleasing to look at and to smell. I like to have them. I got big bookshelves in my house. I love them. Roses and Thorns is very simple. I want you to tell me something good that happened to you and something bad that happened to you over the past week. The good thing is the rose. The bad thing is the thorn. For me, probably my rose is I got to see a Broadway show. I absolutely love live theater. We were up in the balcony, but it was a great show, and I had a wonderful time. That was my rose this week. My thorn. I'm going to see sleep specialists for sleep apnea because apparently when I fall asleep at night, I die for a little while. But they have to put you on a big CPAP machine, but it's a whole, you don't just go to the guy and he goes, hey, breathe here. It's like, oh man, you need a CPAP. Here's one. Boom. That'd be nice, right? But no, you go to a doctor and they say, you think you have trouble sleeping? And you go, yes. Okay, well then you need to call my pal who does sleep tests. And then you go over to the sleep test guy, like on a different appointment, and he gives you a thing, and then you fall asleep and you test yourself when you sleep, and then you take that back to him, and you got to make another appointment to go back over to them. And then once they say, oh yeah, it turns out you do die when you sleep, just like we were telling you before, then they're going to send you to the CPAP warehouse. The people, it's just a CPAP store, and then you have to get it from them, and then you have to right thing for your insurance. Anyway, chances are I'm going to die while I'm sleeping. Anyway, that's the point. I'm okay, though. But that was my thorn. That was a long day. I was going to see the doctor. I get uncomfortable in doctor's waiting rooms and stuff. What was your roses and thorns? Tell me everything. Tell me everything. I want to know what's going on with you guys. Roses and thorns. Rose, colon, and then something. Thorn, colon. Go ahead. Complain. Brag. Now's our chance. Oh, I wonder how bad this lag is. We'll find out. Oh, I got an idea. I would like somebody to type the word lag in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lag. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6, 7 Mississippi, 8, 9 Mississippi, 10, 11, 12, this is bad, 13, 14, 15, 16, wow, 17, 18, 19, 20, lag, 21, 22, 23, come on Facebook, 24, 25. Will you guys follow me on Twitch? I'll go over on Twitch. 30-second lag so far, 30 seconds. Unless nobody wrote lag. 31, 32, in which case I feel very stupid. 33, 34, I feel stupid anyway. 35, we should spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel. That's what I do when I feel stupid. Yeah. 37, 38, 39. Whew. The lag can't be over a minute long. It's crazy. Wisdom. Oh, there it is. 45 seconds. Thank you, Mark. The lag is 45 seconds. I just saw it. Got a head-mounted HD GoPro. Nice! What are you going to do with your head-mounted HD GoPro? Wisdom. You know, the simple believes everything, but the prudent goes through his steps. That's from Proverbs 14:15. Here's a classic. A peaceful heart leads to a healthy body. Jealousy is like cancer in the bones. It's a fact. It's an acid that only burns you. You know, it's much better to have a kind, loving family, even with little, than to have great wealth with nothing but hatred and strife all around you. That's Proverbs 15:17, and I am here to tell you, my friends, that is absolutely true. That is my life now. Now I have a kind, loving family. We don't have that much money, but we have each other and we're so happy. And it's so much better than when I was making tons of money on the ships and was surrounded with nothing but hatred and strife all the time. It's dramatic out there. I'm not made for it. Hooray! Thanks, the Bible. Let's spin the wheel. What are you going to do with an HD mounted HD GoPro? I'm really curious. Don't forget your roses and thorns. I already did a story. Oh, I know what we need. Now is the perfect time. Listen, here's what I'm going to do, folks. I'm going to put on some old stand-up comedy of mine. Ooh, a joke? Yeah, what? I'll do a joke first. And then we'll put on some old stand-up comedy of mine. See if I can't learn something new. A man, shocked by how his buddy is dressed, asked him, "How long have you been wearing that bra?" His friend replied, "Ever since my wife found it in the glove compartment." That's like a bad... I don't like that one. Let's see. How about... nice. A blind man visits Texas. When he gets to his hotel room, he feels the bed. He says, "Wow, this bed is big." Everything is big in Texas, says the bellhop. The man heads downstairs to the bar, settles in a huge bar stool, and orders a beer. A mug is placed between his hands. "Wow, these drinks are big." Bartender replies, "Everything's big in Texas." After downing a few, the blind man asks where the bathroom is. "Second door to the right," says the bartender. The blind man accidentally heads for the bathroom, but he enters the third door, which leads to the swimming pool, and he falls in. Popping his head above the water, he's swimming around screaming, "Don't flush! Don't flush!" Because the toilets are... you get it. All right, let's go to the movie house. didn't know I was on. Here's a performance from 2019 on the Carnival Dream. Hope you enjoy it.
It's been amazing tonight. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you come back for my adult show tonight. It's at 11 o'clock. It's like this, but good. I sincerely hope that you'll come out and see it. You've been amazing tonight. I've got to run. I'm starting to sweat, and if I stay in this suit, I can't take it back. So I got to... They have such strict policies at Walmart. So I'm going to be... I hate Walmart. I really do hate Walmart. No disrespect if any nice people work at Walmart. We all will someday. My problem with Walmart is not the people who work there or the international buying policies. It's just the building. It's just too big. It freaks me out. I can't see one side from the other. There's no clocks. There's no windows. Your cell phone stops working. I have panic attacks. Like, I'll freak out. I'll lose time. I'll black out, wake up back home 3 hours later with that weird receipt. That's how they get you. Happened to me a couple weeks ago. Me and my buddy Charlie. You remember Charlie from the incident. We were hanging out. We were going to go see a movie. We said, hey, let's stop by Walmart on the way. We'll buy some candy. We'll save 30, 40 bucks. We'll go see the movie. I'm in charge of the candy for obvious reasons. He's in charge of the car. He's the captain on the away team. I jump out. I get my little basket. I give a little fist pound thing with the greeter lady. That's fun. She didn't know what to do. Then, I make my way to the candy aisle. I know how to get there. And I get one big bag of Reese's peanut butter cups, because that's the Cadillac of candy. I think we can all agree on that. Unless you're wrong. Nothing wrong with Reese's. You know, they say there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. My doctor says 50 at a time. It's not that funny because it's not a joke. I have a serious disorder. I binge, but I can't purge. I'm not joking. Has anybody here ever eaten an entire bag of Reese's Peanut Butter Cup miniatures and then forgotten about it until the next morning when you saw the two piles of shame wrappers? Right? You got the brown chocolatey ones over there. You got the gold foil ones over there. Unless it's Christmas or Easter, then it's separated by color and slightly more festive. Anybody else have that particular combination of mental illnesses? You down with OCD? Yeah, you know me. So I got one big bag of Reese's, and then I get one big bag of the chocolate money. I like to keep chocolate money in the car. You know what I'm talking about? Chocolate like nickels, dimes, quarters, made of chocolate. I keep them in the car. I don't eat them. I give them to the homeless. No big deal. Problem? Is that judgment I sense all of a sudden out there? Did you just get better than me? Is that what just happened? I'm giving food to the homeless. You're on a Mexican cruise. How about you shut up? How about you tend your own gardens, friends? You're not thinking it through. There's no downside to giving chocolate money to the homeless. They get food, I get entertainment. Because when you give chocolate money to the homeless, you get to see the full gamut of human emotion. It's like an acting masterclass. You get to see everything a person could feel. You get to see anticipation and gratitude and joy and confusion and rage and joy again. In 3 seconds, it's beautiful. You give them the candy. Oh, God bless you, sir. Thank you. Oh, you sick son of... Oh, chocolate. So now I gotta find my way back out of the store. I'm walking, I'm trying to find the thing, I get lost, my heart rate goes up, I black out. When I come to, I'm pushing a forklift with a jungle gym on it. I got a full-size trampoline, I got 3 tubas, I got a French horn, I got a 6-hole punch, didn't know they made those. I got 4 pairs of lederhosen, and I don't need any of that crap. I don't have German musically inclined children that do office work. But I'm too embarrassed to put it back, so I figured I'll just keep walking. Right? I'll keep walking. It's a Walmart, and eventually I'll hit a wall. I'll follow that wall to an exit. Everything will be fine. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pushing the stuff, and I'm walking, and I'm pushing the stuff, and I'm walking, and I pass electronics, and I'm walking, and I pass housewares, and I'm walking, and I pass a rainforest, and I'm walking, and I pass electronics again, and I'm walking, and I pass myself going the other way with a beard and candy, and I'm walking, and now I gotta drink Gatorade off the shelf just to survive. And by the time I finally hack my way through the garden department with a machete I found in sporting goods, there's nothing in my car outside but a bearded skeleton with 9 toes. Thank you. Most people don't know you're supposed to clap there. And those people are seated in the front row. You guys have been amazing. Okay, I gotta wrap this up, but I sure don't want to. I'm so glad I taped this one. This is the best family show I've ever had. I can't take credit. You guys are fantastic. So I'm gonna close the show. What's that?
We'll be back.
That's the spirit. I'm leaving tomorrow, so I don't know what's on your agenda. But I'm gonna close the show with a song. Now, you guys can probably tell by looking at me, I'm a song and dance man at heart, trapped in the body of a coma patient. So not much dance, but I love to sing. And I wrote a song. You're supposed to write what you know. The only thing I know is stand-up comedy. It's all I've done since I was 17 years old. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. So I wrote a song about stand-up comedy and my life in it. It's the single most difficult thing I've ever put together for a show. I sincerely hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy performing it. And whether you do or not, thank you so much for being here tonight. And thank you so much for supporting live stand-up comedy. We can't do it without you. Birkin, may I please have... I am the very model of a modern-day comedian. I'm funniest to those of you with IQs higher than median. I always tell the truth, so all my stories are relatable. I try to look my best, but that's a subject that's debatable. I've studied all the works of Colin Cosby and Jim Gaffigan. The wit of Brian Regan makes me laugh again. With history of comedy, I'm teaming with a lot of news. With many poignant facts about the false arrest of Lenny Bruce. Lenny Bruce was a comedian in New York in the 1960s. He used to cuss on stage, and then the cops would take him to jail. That's true. By originality, I read my own material about a range of subjects, some mundane and some ethereal. True for those of you possessing IQs higher median, I'm the very model of a modern-day comedian. Everybody! Possessing IQs higher median. Nobody! Perfect! I've lived out of a suitcase on the road since I was 17. I write a lot of jokes and all the jokes I write are evergreen. I tried my hands at performance of every known variety. In fact, I worked so hard I had a heart attack at 33. That's true. My insecurities are far too numerous to count for you. But rest assured that I've endured an embarrassing night or two. My brain's got more red wires than a 1980s microchip. I overcompensate with my exaggerated showmanship. Yeah! Crazy voices, weird faces, smiles, body language, pointed toe, occasionally, not often, jazz hands. I've done my best to lay to rest my ego and my vanity. I think so far out of the box that some question my sanity. In short, for those of you possessing IQs higher median, I'm the very model of a modern-day comedian. In short, for those of you possessing IQs higher median, only 8 more minutes! My point of view is a milieu of the absurd and observational. My writing style is far more precise than conversational. I equally offend both the religious and the secular, and I can tell on sight a harmless drunkard from a heckler. Hackney premises and street jokes I am far more wary at. In business matters, I have more horse sense than secretariat. I never pick on the front row because I love my audience. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not ashamed to pander when I want to keep applaudience. How about a little applause for all the hard workers that here at the Comedy Club? You bartenders, you wait staff, working on lights and sound, working on the room, and the United States of America! I understand the difference between sarcasm and irony, and after every show I secretly hope they don't fire me. Sure, for those of you possessing IQs higher median, I'm the very model of a modern-day comedian. We did it, everybody! Thank you so much for coming!
How about that, everybody? I actually wrote that one. That was based on the song American Penzance, but I wrote the... you get it. Look at that happy young skinny guy. Oh, that was fun. I got a couple cool things in the chat. Mike's got big plans. Let me tell you about Mark's plans. Now, Mark, he says, I have to read it on this screen. He says to me that he's getting a YouTube channel. It's a reality show called Being Uncle Mark, where we just go around town with the most fun events and places and interact with people while I try to cut the best quips. Very, very nice. And you bring your nephews, have a good time. Great, great, great. That's man on the street stuff. I used to do something called Johnny on the Spot. It was very similar to that. It's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it. Then he said, I've shot the first episode and just downloaded DaVinci Resolve. I don't know what DaVinci Resolve is. Now I just have to edit it and punch it up. Actually, I discovered that letting the kids watch the movies back like a reaction video so they get to see what it's like to be Uncle Mark dealing with their antics. As funny as they are when we're out, it's even funnier when they watch how they act and hear me making under-the-breath jokes and commentary about being their uncle. Make sure you tell us when you put those up, and we'll share that link. Tom Lehrer, very, very nice. I immediately thought you meant the guy who told the news on PBS, but yes, Tom Lehrer is also a brilliant comedy music writer. Brilliant as Tom, very comedy. Roy Zimmerman, I'm not familiar with. I will look up Roy Zimmerman because there's a guy named Joe Zimmerman who's one of my former students and one of my favorite comics now. Joe Zimmerman is amazing. He's probably related. And he's a great comedic songwriter too. How long did it take you to write that song? Thank you for asking, Mark. The song, let's see. I had the idea for about 6 years. I had the lyrics started on an anniversary trip with my wife. The lyrics took about 4 months for me to get right, and then it took about 3 months of reading it on stage before I could get it memorized. So that's the hardest thing I've ever done, that song, by far, and I don't get to do it much anymore. But thanks for asking. All right, let's spin the wheel. If you have any requests, now this time, we got only 10 minutes left. Let's see, we did all that. All right, we've got ourselves a show. Let's spin the wheel. I already did feelings. A song. Delightful. Wow, that's a lot of work. Thanks for saying so. I'm kind of obsessive when it comes to such things. Can't stop thinking about it till it's done. Thank you very much for saying I did a great job. That's kind of you very much, Mark. All right, let's sing a song by the campfire. Almost out of time. See if we can't find something cheerful. Fairy tales can come true. Ooh, gotta find that. Hold on. Yeah, that'll do it. Young at heart. Everybody loves Young at Heart. Makes you feel happy and special. Young. Made famous by the great Frank Sinatra. Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. For it's hard you will find to be narrow of mind if you're young at heart. You can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams. And life gets more exciting with each passing day. And love is either in your heart or on its way. Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth to be young at heart? For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, think of all you'll derive out of being alive. And here is the best part. You have a head start if you are among the very young at heart. Yay. That one makes me happy to sing. All right. Spin the wheel. Ooh, one last monologue. Fantastic. Love monologues. Let's see. We got so many fun things to read. I don't know what to do. We'll do one more. Oh, there's the permanent sergeant. I knew it was out there somewhere. Let's do DUI from Loudermilk. Charlie, if you're watching, this one's for you. Do you realize as I'm standing here, the earth is spinning on its axis 1,000 miles an hour? Like if I was God spinning a basketball, 1,000 miles an hour. And while it's doing that, the earth is going in orbit around the sun. And guess what rate of speed? 66,000 miles an hour, all right? 66,000 miles an hour, 1,000 miles an hour. And on top of that, the whole solar system's ripped into the Milky Way galaxy at guess what rate of speed? 400,000 miles an hour, all right? 400,000 miles an hour, 66,000 miles an hour, 1,000 miles an hour, all right? And to top it all off, while that's happening, the whole Milky Way galaxy is tearing through the universe at guess what rate of speed? 2.2 million miles an hour. And that, officer, is why I failed to walk in a straight line as you requested a few moments ago. Or alternately, so if you really think about it, I'm not eating that much cheese. There. Nice. Okay. Let's spin the wheel one more time. Hey, Charlie. Just thinking about you. I love it when you call me Mr. M. Bad on the hair. Ooh. Shakespeare. Let us go to the Shakespeare stage. Let's see. Let's do a speech. Yeah, let's do... Oh, it's so hard to find the right one. All right, I'll do my favorite. Yet here, this is from Hamlet, by the way. Yet here the Yetis, aboard for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There, my blessing with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory look thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Those friends thou hast in their adoption tried, grapple them unto thy soul with hoops of steel. But do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new-hatched, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but, being in, bear it that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true. Then it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. There. Farewell. My blessing season this in thee. That is the best advice I've ever read. Beatrice. Beatrice. I don't have any monologues by Beatrice, but I see that you said it. One more in the wisdom. Why not? This is an adaptation of Ezekiel 25:17, rewritten by Quentin Tarantino. Blessed is he who in the name of righteousness and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. I think I skipped the beginning, and I didn't find that particularly wise. So let me pick something else for you. Here's some teachings from the Talmud. No two minds are alike, just as no two faces are alike. That's very true. No one is truly poor, save for he who is ill. Now, if a person says that I have worked hard and not found success, I don't believe them. If a person says I have not exerted myself and found success, don't believe him. If he says I gave it my all and I have found success, believe him. That's from Megillah. One more. Not to have felt pain is not to have been human. What you don't see with your eyes, don't invent with your mouth. Lose with truth and right rather than gain with falsehood and wrong. Rejoice not at thine enemy's fall, but don't rush to pick him up either. Worries go down better with soup than without. As he thinks in his heart, so he is. That's the best I can help you with. One last chance in the chat. Much Ado Without Nothing. I'm not familiar with it yet. I will find one for you, though. I will find a Beatrice monologue from Much Ado Without Nothing. I'd rather hear a dog howl at the moon than hear a man swear he loves me. That does sound pretty fun. I think I might enjoy that. Thank you so much, those of you. Oh, David says, check out various Zimmerman songs, including Vote 'Em Away. That's a lot of work. Thank you for saying so. Right here, Mr. M. Love it. Bad on the Hair. I don't get the joke. I know it makes sense, though. I'll watch the replay. I'll get it then. Fond of Much Ado. Wonderful. We had a great time. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Sunday. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you talk to your loved ones if you possibly can. Find some joy. Find some eggs. And I'll be thinking about you until next Sunday. So, I like to close the show with a little song. Sing along if you know the words. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep shining through, just like you always do, and the blue skies will push those dark clouds far away. And would you please say hello to folks that I know and tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Till next time, be good, but not too good. Bye.